Besides homecoming, St. Patty's Day's got to be one of Western's favorite holidays.
Four-leaf clovers and green beer come to mind when we think of St. Patrick's Day, but let's see how you guys define this word.
Hello, Word fans. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Sadie Christie, and this is The Word. Okay, I don't know about everywhere else, but if you live in London, Ontario, you know that St. Patrick's Day is one of the year's most celebrated holidays. It's a great day where we all get to have a little leprechaun in us, dress in green, and dye everything we consume in food coloring. There's party buses, pub crawls, masses of people on Richmond Row, all celebrating how great it is to get drunk in costume. Okay, so almost everyone participates in the day, but I think few actually know what it's really about. So today, I'm testing you on your knowledge about St. Patrick's Day. Do you know when it is?
A week Wednesday, March 17th, I think.
March 17th.
No, but it's coming up.
March 17th, I think.
It's March 17th.
It's March 14th.
March.
Wednesday?
Wednesday the 17th, I think.
All right, that was pretty good. But do you know how St. Patrick's Day came to be?
No.
Something in Ireland.
I'm guessing there was a lot of alcohol involved and some leprechauns, maybe?
No.
Did it come from Ireland?
Spirit of the Irish, which to me means overconsumption of beer and leprechauns. Drunk leprechauns.
St. Patrick chasing the snakes out of Ireland.
Drinking and getting drunk.
Historically, no, but I know in contemporary terms it's celebrating Irish luck and good times, getting drunk, yeah.
Just kind of being together with your friends and your family, or celebrating Irish luck and Irish heritage.
Okay, so I assumed not all of you would know the origins of St. Patrick's Day, so I did a little bit of research by myself. And I found that it revolves around St. Patrick, a Catholic missionary in Ireland in the 5th century BC. The day actually represents the anniversary of his death, as well as his religious feast day. Interestingly enough, the St. Patrick's Day parade, the first one, actually happened in New York City when, on March 17th, 1762, Irish soldiers hit the streets with parading and music to celebrate their national pride, as well as to meet other Irish soldiers who were serving in the English army. Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
Not religiously, but yes, I've partaken in this event.
I wear green, and maybe go downtown, that's about it.
Whatever's going on that night, usually celebrate it.
Yeah. Drink.
Yes, I do every year.
Okay, so going back to where it all began, St. Patrick's Day in Ireland up until the 70s was actually a religious festival, and there was a law passed saying that pubs actually couldn't be opened on March 17th. However, obviously, this was abolished, and in 1995, Ireland began a national campaign celebrating St. Patrick's Day in order to drive tourism in and showcase themselves to the world. Thus, my next question posed to you is, what did you do last year?
I went to TJ's and wore green and got beer.
Went to class, and then went to a friend's kegger, and then just roamed the streets and went to people's keggers.
Nothing, just got together with a few friends, studied, drank some chocolate milk, and none of that is true.
I spent it in Montreal.
I didn't do anything.
Now, stores and countries everywhere capitalize on St. Patrick's Day every year as citizens deck themselves out in green and celebrate St. Patrick's Day for whatever reason suits them. And do you have plans for this year?
Not yet.
My friends are having a kegger, and then I'm not really sure.
Not yet, but it's St. Patty's Day, so something's definitely gonna go down.
Not yet.
No.
I plan on getting obliteratedly drunk.
I'm hanging out with my homegirl Adelanti over there.
I'm hanging out with Stephanie, my best girl.
Now, we all know the surrounding myth of the four-leaf clover, the symbol of St. Patrick's Day, that it will bring good luck to the finder. Thus, in true St. Patrick's Day spirit, I want to know, if you had a four-leaf clover and all the luck in the world, how would you use it?
I'd Jump off a building and see if I could fly.
I have a fear of heights, so I guess I'd go bungee jumping maybe.
I don't know. I'd try to ask out Marissa Miller.
I would wish to get really, really good marks in university.
I just wish to be very successful by skipping university.
I would use it to get myself some money and then use the money to help people. But not like all these charities that just say, ooh, give to this charity and we'll help people. No, I'd like actually go out on the street and give money and food and stuff to the people who need it.
I would play the lottery and win.
I would probably use it to win lots of money and then travel for the rest of my life and never work another day.
Probably something really selfish or something. No. Peace on earth, man.
I'd probably work to get my mom perfect 100% health.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. And from everyone here, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm your host, Sadie Christie, and that's the word.